You know much about AFTV? Like, on the real though?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, they're good lads, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah,
a lot of them are good lads. Robbie, I really like.
Yeah.
DT, you know, he's got a bit of a...
You've met some of them,
He
haven't
likes to get angry a lot. I met DT, I met Troops briefly.
Yeah.
And he went out to Russia for the
Right.
World Cup, so I nearly saw him there. He followed me then, but unfollowed me afterwards.
Oh.
Take what you will about Troops from that.
Troops, come on, sort your life out, mate.
The TDL are on him, mate.
Come on, Troops.
The AFTV lads, they're in the news a lot, aren't they, Dad?
They certainly are, aren't they?
Claude got kicked off. You know Claude, the big
Yes.
It's time to go, lad.
Oh yeah,
he got
funny.
kicked off Arsenal Fan TV last year,
Yeah.
and he's not been allowed back on since. I've done a podcast with him. I've met him. He's a good lad. He really is. I like him.
Yeah.
You know, and once he got kicked off, there's a few things that have been affecting him mental health wise. He's been depressed in the past. When football doesn't play, he gets depressed because football is his kind of outlet. Because his family, it basically abandoned him. It's not really spoken about much, and he said it in the podcast. Claude's family abandoned him, and they don't. He doesn't really even get to speak to his daughter much.
Yeah.
Like it's to a point where football's kind of his outlet. It keeps him away from being depressed because his family situation is a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
And he said this on the podcast I was on, and it kind of hit me. It was like, God, like this is bad. Like this is.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I reach out to him sometimes, and you know, it's just like I feel for him. He got kicked off AFTV.
Yes.
He's in a situation where he's not allowed back on. I'm not saying AFTV backstabbed him, but when they didn't defend him, they kicked him off the show, and I'm not saying they wanted to look after their sponsors more, but they'd rather hold on to their sponsors than holding on to Claude. Before that you speak, he referred to Son as DVD.
Yeah.
When he got subbed off.
Yeah.
And obviously that was just completely out of order. He never should have said that.
Yes.
Then AFTV, you know, didn't defend him. They kicked him off to protect this. Well, you know, the sponsor stayed in. They basically said, like, if you don't kick him off, then we're abandoning it. I think there was a Harry's deal that they stopped working with after what happened. But basically, it was racist and it was bad. But after that, they're not giving him a second chance. They've never allowed him back on. And, you know, that's the treatment they've given him.
Well, it's this cancel culture, isn't it? This sort of modern culture where if you make one mistake, and at some point I'll say something stupid, you'll say something stupid. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There will be,
and then you cancel. I find that ridiculous. No, it's a point about life. It's not just about YouTube or vlogging. It's a point about life. People, especially young people, have to be allowed to make mistakes.
Yeah.
You get a slap on the wrist, whatever. Kick him off the channel for a month or something.
Yeah.
But don't cancel his life. That is unfair. That's brutal, isn't it?
Especially when he's on edge.
And I've seen this at a different level. A friend of mine used to work for Talk Sport, and he was cancelled. He was fired from his job with a six-figure salary, and it really affected him. He's not really got back to that level since, and that's mainstream media. Just for inappropriate things said.
And he's a guy that people loved. It was his job. It was what paid the bills. And now he's in a much more difficult position because they abandoned him.
You could argue,
and I know for a fact, I know that Claude is very disappointed with the way AFTV treated him after that situation happened.
Right.
They didn't give him a second chance. They didn't defend him at any point.
Right.
And it was
Has he got his own channel now or?
It doesn't work the same, Dad.
No.
Claude doesn't know how to sort out YouTube. He's an older guy, like you. If you were to, you've done all right and you've learnt a lot from me getting into this stuff. But Claude is even older than you. He doesn't understand this YouTube stuff.
No.
What he's great at is fan cams, talking about the football with Ty. They always had a bit of a battle of opinions, and it made great content.
Absolutely.
People loved him. It got people through the first lockdown. That's what Roadshaw said.
Yeah.
He's got respect from a lot of Arsenal fans, a lot of people in general, and it was his job.
True.
So now he's been thrown in the dark, and I think it's, in my opinion, I'm going to put it out there. I think it's time for Claude to have a second chance.
Yeah. Look,
Arsenal fans, let me know.
Yeah, no, from what I've heard, absolutely, Theo. You know, he's been punished enough. Don't cancel someone's life.
It's been a year.
For the sake of a stupid comment.
He won't make that mistake again for sure if you brought him back. He's clearly learnt his lesson. Otis Shaw is publicly tweeting saying, bring back Claude.
Yeah.
Like, everybody wants him back. He's probably depressed right now. Because he can't come out and say, I know I've said that, but I'm saying it's a serious point. But just to end this, I think give Claude a second chance. Bring him back in.
Yeah.
He says it's time to go,
but
it's time to return him. Bring Claude back. I agree with Roadshaw. I agree with some Arsenal fans who have been saying on Twitter, let's get him back in. Let's give him a second chance. I know everybody knows he messed up, but, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I'm not sure Claude will ever go back because he actually is very upset with the way they treat him.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Well,
that's our opinion. I like Arsenal Fan TV. I really think what they all do is great.
Yeah.
But it is.
You got to look after your mates. You know, you've got to sort of question Arsenal Fan TV and his mates. You've got to back your mates. When one of your mates is in a difficult situation, you've got to support him or her.
Yeah.
And this whole situation obviously hasn't been handled very well.
Yeah.